Today is January 2nd. Y'all, I'm looking at my calendar. So today is January 2nd. I'm very excited to be back with you guys. We made it to 2019. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes. So 2019 has been good so far to me, and I wanted to leave it that way. And I'm going to come on starting this year. We're going to do a lot of videos. That is what I desire to do, and I'm going to do everything on my mic to make sure I do as many videos as possible. So if you have any topics that you want to talk about, please do not hesitate to, put the comments below. As y'all can see, I've been commenting on your comments and things of that nature. So make sure you put in what you want me to talk about, and I will make time to do a video on that topic. So today we're talking about I cannot have children. So if you want to know this topic, or been talking to somebody and trying to convince them they can have kids, or you've been reading about it but you still have questions, I'm going to answer those questions for you today. 1 second. Alright guys, we are back. As you know who I am STD Life Coach, Belize Spivey. I serve African American women living with herpes, trying to help you overcome that stigma. So today we're going to talk about I cannot have children, or I cannot have kids, or I cannot have babies. Guys, let me kill this stigma now. You can have babies. Nothing's keeping you from having babies. I'm not sure a lot of you guys are new to my channel or don't know much about me, but I have 2 children. And I'm going to explain to you how I got to this point where I felt the way you felt in the beginning because I didn't know much about it. Many of us believe herpes functions quote unquote like HIV. My whole thing is I know people who have HIV. It's very important just knowing your status, and then after knowing your status, telling your doctor about your status so your doctor can help you take the precautions you need. Same thing with herpes. You let your doctor, for my ladies, do not get pregnant. Go to the doctor for the first time and never say nothing to your doctor. Tell your doctor, sadly to say, many doctors are not testing their women, their pregos, for herpes. And they end up finding out at the end or in the midst of them having an outbreak during their pregnancy. Now the mother is freaking out thinking that something bad is going to happen to their child. If you know for a fact that you have herpes, you have paperwork saying you have herpes, and you are pregnant and you have not told your doctor, the first thing you need to do when you go back to the doctor is tell your doctor, hey, I contracted herpes. And they're going to tell you, no big deal. You're going to be fine. Okay, so most importantly, tell your doctor that you have herpes if you are already pregnant. Let's go back to my story. So when I found out, like y'all all know, I was 20 years old when I found out. I've been living with herpes. Well, I've been living with type 2 for 8 years and type 1 for 1 year. Okay, so in the process of that, I ended up having 2 children. I had my first son, which is Hayden, which y'all see in the picture in the beginning. My first son is Hayden, and I had Hayden literally a year after. I contracted herpes. Well, I learned that I had herpes in April, and I literally had Hayden the next April. I met his dad in July, ended up getting pregnant, and boom, I had him in April. Okay, so a year after. I was completely devastated at first because at the end of the day, I did not want to be pregnant because I was in college. I was going into my junior year of college. I did not want to be pregnant. I wanted to live my full life and do the things I need to do and be in a better financial state or in my career or whatever I was supposed to be doing before I had children. But Hayden has been a blessing. He has catapulted me into where I am today. So it's a blessing that I did have him. But in that process, I was scared. I was thinking like, oh my God, my child is going to have herpes because of it. I did my research. I went to, at the time, Google did not exist. So I went to AOL. I went to Yahoo, and nowhere did I learn that I couldn't have children. It was nowhere saying that, herpes is going to kill my child. Now, the thing you will read, and I'm sure all of you guys are reading, is that when you get to your end of your trimester, which is your third trimester or 36 weeks, that's when they ask you if you want to take Valtrex. I tell y'all, it's nothing wrong. Take it. It's for a peace of mind. That Valtrex, if you are on Valtrex or if you're on a cyclovir, you know that helps you reduce your outbreaks. Now, it's not a guarantee that you will not have an outbreak, but it will help you reduce, it's an assistance to helping your outbreaks. But as y'all always hear me say, which I posted in our little community thing, a post stating, you can manage herpes if you manage your outbreaks. You manage your triggers. My whole thing is going back to triggers. Triggers is what causes you to have outbreaks. So what causes you to have outbreaks is, number one, what you eat: chocolate, nuts, alcohol, junk food. That's not true for everybody, okay? Because I eat all of that and it does not affect me at all. I don't drink like that though. And I'm not really a big junk food, but I do have it time to time. Another thing, stress, and more stress. Stress is our number one effect, because half of us lives are really, really stressful prior to this, and we have not learned how to manage our stress. So it's vital that you learn how to manage your stress, or if you have any mental disorders that you have developed from stress, that you need to get the help that you need. That requires you going to counseling. That requires you effortlessly going to counseling. If you have gone to counseling and you just want assistance and help, you have life coaches like me, as the STD Life Coach, or other life coaches that can assist you in your life beside your counselor. Okay, it's very important, because a lot of you guys have many things going on pertaining to depression, schizophrenia, bipolar, it's deep depression, so many other things that you may not be telling people about, or you don't realize that you have, and you have to be diagnosed by a counselor or a psychologist, or anything like that. A life coach cannot do that, only if that life coach is certified in those areas, which I am not. I am only certified life coach. Okay, so with that being said, guys, it's just very important that you do your due diligence there pertaining to your mental health. Okay, and after that, friction from sex, and if you're not completely ready, ladies, you can have friction. Even guys, if the condom is rubbing, or if she's not wet enough, you feel that extra friction. It's very important to make sure you guys are listening to each other's bodies, letting the other person say, I'm not quite ready, can we do some more foreplay, or completely just use lube. On top of that, menstrual cycle for women also can trigger because of her hormones. So on top of that, think about you being pregnant. Your hormones are everywhere, so that can cause you to have outbreaks as well. So and also, if you have facial or oral outbreaks, extreme exposures to sun can also irritate it and cause you to have an outbreak. Now, that haven't happened to a lot of people that I know, but that can be another trigger for you guys. So I just wanted to say, so that's the triggers. You got to learn what your triggers are, okay, while you are. If you're not pregnant, it's important to know. And if you are pregnant and just found out you have herpes, it's very important to learn those so you can prevent an outbreak. So when you get to that 36 weeks, you will have the option to take that Valtrex. Like I said, it's nothing wrong with taking it. Take the medicine, ladies. It helps in so many ways. Now, if you have natural remedies that you're using, I don't feel like that's a bad thing. But please tell your doctor what you're doing, because, like I said, I don't know your health conditions. You don't know what can affect the baby. It's very important that you tell your doctor what you're doing, so your doctor can tell you yay or nay if that's the best option, or give you another option pertaining to what you want to do pertaining to your health. Okay, then after that, when you get into that 36 week, if you do not have an outbreak, that baby is coming out of your vagina. Okay, no problems at all. The baby will come out your vagina. You can have a natural birth. Okay, now if you have an active outbreak, you're having an outbreak when you go into the hospital, or you're going into labor, they're going to tell you you're going to have to get a C-section. A C-section is not required. Stop listening to these doctors telling you it's required to get you a C-section. That's a lie from a pit of hell. That is not true. I had both of my sons vaginally and had no problems at all. My doctor, she was a midwife, and she was like, whatever, I don't care, you're fine, you have no worries at all, as long as you don't have no outbreak. So my whole thing is just very important. The only concerns is when you get to the end of your pregnancy, that your doctor's going to say, okay, you need to make sure you let me know what's going on with you, so we can make sure, when it's time for this baby to come in the world, that we do whatever's necessary. If your child is in the womb, your child will not be affected with herpes. Like, it's not hurting nobody. Like, it's not. My whole thing is, so many people who contract herpes, it's not. And let's be honest, guys. If herpes was really harming unborn children, don't you think we'll know more about it? Why would we just be finding out about that when you decide to get pregnant, or deciding to find out about pregnancy, or when your doctor tell you that when you went into the doctor's office? Think about it. Okay, then. So be careful what you read online. It is many rare cases that some kids end up developing different things, but we have to understand that so many things come into play pertaining to it, and just herpes and so many other things can cause different conditions. Okay, so please stop freaking out every time you read everything. Just know, I have had 2 kids. Oh my God, many clients of mine have had children, things of that nature. So I want you to know that you can have children. You can have children. No problems at all. So for my individuals who have type 1, now this is a concern for many people who have type 1. I have type 1. I never had cold sores. I don't even know how I contracted it. You know, I know how I contracted it, but I don't know what my site is. I have no earthly idea. It could be oral for all. I mean, it could be genital for all I know. I don't know. So with that being said, I still kiss my kids normal with no problem. I don't think about it. Many people ask me, how do you not think about it? I just don't worry about it, because at the end of the day, if I feel like I'm going to have an outbreak, or I feel like something's a little unnormal, I'm just not going to kiss them at all. I will not do anything at all. But I never had a physical. I seen it. I knew what it was. No, I have not. But for my individuals who know that they're having outbreaks, you have them on your face and things of that nature, it's very important not to kiss your children in that process. In that process, people also ask me if you can use cups and things like that. Guys, if you have cold sores on your mouth, you're drinking out of a cup. I'm showing y'all, you're drinking out of a cup. That the fluid that's inside of that blister can go into that cup. Now, do it last for a long period of time? Absolutely not. This virus has to have a host, and the host is the mucous membrane. Well, not the mucus, it's the nerve index. That is where it needs to lie. But if your kid drink right after you, the chances are very, very slight. Is it 100%? No. I have done so much research on that, and the chances are very low, because the virus just don't live that long at all outside of the body. But my whole thing is, if you having an outbreak and it's pretty bad, just don't share cups. This is for your own peace of mind. You don't have to share the cup. I wouldn't. It's just like being sick. You don't want to share a cup with nobody when you sick. It's just that simple, y'all. Don't get all bent out of shape. Treat it just like a cold. Just at that time, I'm not sharing cups with nobody. I'm not kissing on nobody. I'm not eating after nobody. Just the simple things. We are making herpes bigger than it has to be pertaining to when we're having outbreaks. You do the same thing if you had a cold. Treat it the same way, that you will never want to expose anybody to it at that time. The chances are really, 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 really low, guys, that you will pass it through a cup or a straw or a utensil. It's very, 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 very low. But my whole thing, if you want to reduce that fear at all when you're having an outbreak, don't do those things while you have an outbreak. I'm not knocking for you. You don't have to do that when you have if you're not having an outbreak, it doesn't really matter. Go for it. You will have no problem. My kids drink after me all the time, and like I said, I don't worry about it. So that's no concern there. Like I said, the chances are so low. But herpes is strongly, main way that it's getting past is skin-to-skin contact. Not utensils, not cups, not tubs, not towels, not toilets, not none of that. Because let's be honest, guys, if that was the case, why would you want to go to a hotel? Why would you want to go use the bathroom in a public bathroom? Why would you want to go to a restaurant? Let's be honest, bathrooms are not properly cleaned out in public. Utensils that they use are not properly cleaned at restaurants. Stuff is not properly cleaned at hotels. So my whole thing is, you would have had herpes if that's the case. And it was truly, CDC was like, hold up, y'all, we're going to have to do something about herpes, because anybody can get it from the simplest things in life. So they would have did something about it. CDC focus on things that's going to kill you, or things that can cause a massive uproar. And at this time, it is causing that, but it's not life-threatening. And I hate to say that, but that's the main reason. But we're about to change that, because this is causing mental issues for so many people, especially our women who want to have kids. So with that being said, guys, you can have children. Nothing's keeping you from having babies. You can have babies. And it's the biggest question I ask. And some people are like, why would people ask this question? But they ask me, and I don't have a problem with it. Can I have unprotected sex? Baby, you got to have unprotected sex to have a baby. It's no other way. You're going to be fine. As long as you're not having an outbreak, have sex. Your partner, but if you have properly disclosed to your partner, they understand that there's a risk that they can contract the virus when you're shedding and you're not aware of it, okay? As I always do, shedding is when the virus is present and you don't know it's there. When do it happen? It can happen for some people right before an outbreak, which most people don't know when they're having an outbreak, but right before an outbreak and right after an outbreak. So if it's for your menstrual cycle, do not have sex prior to your menstrual cycle. Do not have sex after your menstrual cycle. If you have an outbreak, do not have sex After your outbreak, make sure you wait a week, okay? That's a good thing to let you guys know. Other than that, you do not know when you are having outbreaks, and that does not happen all the time. After a year, it starts to decrease. How low do it decrease? I don't really know, because they really don't give us much information about shedding. As you go to the doctors focus on active outbreaks, because active outbreaks is when it's most contagious, okay? Shedding is contagious, but not as contagious as an active outbreak that is physically, you can see it, you can feel it, things of that nature. Is way more prone to pass it when it's at this very much active state or very, very contagious state. Okay, so that is what you guys needed to know. I hope that helped y'all in so many ways. You can have children. You can have children. You can have children. For my individuals, let me go back just a second. If you are have a baby and you have oral herpes, don't kiss on your baby like that. Okay, because at the end of the day, especially if you don't know your body like that, because at the end of the day, herpes can kill an infant. An active herpes outbreak can kill an infant. Okay, an infant, not an unborn child, an infant. It can cause that child to get meningitis in the brain, and it can cause them to pass away. So my whole thing, this is not to scare you. This is let you know, don't kiss on your child like that, especially when they're in the infant stage, okay? Because especially if you don't know your body that well. If you're at a point where you're not having outbreaks like that, you want to kiss your child, that's fine. But I will tell you that is a time where it's very vital. You know, you want to be very careful. Also being careful with whoever else kiss your child and things of that nature. Because at the end of the day, many people don't even know they have herpes and kiss a child. Or I won't even say they don't know. They're not aware that cold sores are herpes and kiss a child and end up that child getting it. And that child can get really sick. And it can cause death for some infants. Okay, so if you have oral, this is not to scare you. This is to educate you. Just be careful. That's it. Be careful. Learn your body. Learn your triggers. Things of that nature. And you can go from there. I don't want to take away from you kissing your infant. But as we all know, it's really not, it's not the best thing to kiss an infant in the mouth. As it's a baby. The baby can't really fight off anything, things of that nature. So at that time, I would tell you until your baby get a couple of months old, or even to 1, I would not suggest you really do too much, because at the end of the day, if you don't know your body, if you don't know your outbreaks, you would be so devastated you mess around and give it to your child. Okay, so like I said, I'm not taking that from you, but this is for my individuals who are really, really scared, don't know what to do. You can just reduce that at that given time until you learn your body and get way more comfortable, okay? That doesn't change the fact that you have an infant. Doesn't change the fact that you can love on your baby. That doesn't change any of that. But if you want to reduce that chance of you making a mistake and passing it to your child, just don't kiss them at all. Guys, when the baby gets to 1, 2, 3, you can go ahead. They'll be okay then, okay? They'll be okay. And this is just giving y'all pure knowledge and not fear. I don't scare y'all. I give y'all pure facts and give y'all things you can do to reduce chances of your biggest fear of giving your child something and your child pretty much making a mistake and losing their life or getting really sick because of a mistake that you made because you wasn't fully aware of your outbreaks or your body. Okay, so with that being said, get out here, have these babies, y'all. But most important, in 2019, we ain't having babies with people who ain't your husband. I understand y'all be like, oh, I'm not with that. Now, if it's not your belief to believe that marriage is important, I need you to make a full commitment to this person before you be. I ain't with it. Y'all need to get married. That's just me. A lot of people are making a lot of commitments and having children with each other, and it's no commitment. A child, it's sadly say, it's not a commitment. My whole thing is, yeah, you have a kid with each other, but people don't look at children as I'm staying with you forever. And I tell y'all, for a person who had a child out of wedlock and had a child in wedlock, my child in wedlock was a blessing, like completely a blessing, because we were there to support that child. Yes, both of I'm not with neither one of them now, but at the end of the day, they are very supportive now. It doesn't have to be like that. All of us dream to have a child with somebody who me and you are together, we love each other, and we're in the house together taking care of that child. Does not always work out for everybody. Doesn't have to be the case. But my whole thing, make sure y'all are in a good space. Y'all want to be together. Y'all fought through some stuff, and y'all making full commitment to each other before y'all decide to have kids. I'm meeting a lot of people who say they want to have kids, but y'all ain't even been together for that long. I ain't knocking you. There's nothing wrong with talking about it, things like that. But I'm telling y'all, kids are something. And I'm only talking from experience as somebody who had kids with somebody in a short period of time, especially my oldest son. If I know what I know now, I wouldn't have did half of what I did. Thank God my child is a blessing and we get along. But in the time that we're in now, guys, I would never want you guys to have parenting of hell. My whole thing is making sure that relationship is stable with you two by yourselves, which before children are involved. Especially for my individuals who do not have kids. Please, guys, it sounds good, it sounds great, but making sure you're having sex with the right person is vital. It's vital. I'm telling you, you need to know that person's mental state. You need to know the history of their family. You need to make sure they got, you need to look at their traits, making sure they don't got different disorders in their family. You need to make sure, you need to know if they got triplets running their families, twins running their family, all types of stuff. You need to look at all of that stuff that they family struggle with over years. You need to know because they're going to come with your child. You need to know that parenting style. You need to know all that. You need to know they're fully aware that they don't have herpes or any other concerns and things like that. My whole thing is, I kind of went on a tangent, but I just want you guys to understand, having children and raising a child is not easy. You're raising a human being. You're not raising a puppy or a cat that can take care of, or a dog, nothing like that can take care of it. This child is fully dependent on you. What that child learns is up to you. How that child grows up is up to you. How that child talks, behaves, thrives is up to you. And if you and that parent is not getting along, that child's going to learn chaos. And it's not fair to them to come into a world full of chaos where y'all could have learned together soon enough that y'all didn't like each other and y'all don't want to be with each other. I'm going to talk to my men and my women. Children will not keep nobody. Okay? Children will not keep anybody. Nobody cares. Like, sadly say, people will walk out their child life if they don't like you. People will walk out their child life if they don't like you. Not because they don't like the child, because they don't like you. So my whole thing is very important to make sure you guys really get to know each other and making sure y'all on one accord pertaining to having children. And making sure y'all want to be with each other for the rest of y'all lives. Because truthfully, a child, you with them for the rest of y'all lives until one of y'all die or until that child pass away. Y'all are together. And y'all need to be able to get along. And I know any ladies or any men who are on here who are going through some things. Uh-oh, y'all. Going through some things will truly tell you right now, I absolutely wish. I wish I didn't do that. And I don't want y'all on a wishing state, wishing like, I shouldn't have did that. I shouldn't have messed with them. I should have got pregnant. My whole thing is making sure you listen to yourself. If you don't feel comfortable with that person, I tell people, if you don't feel comfortable having to have kids with them, don't have sex with them. It's just that simple, because a condom breaks, birth control mess up, all types of stuff. Tubes get untied, his clips come unclipped, all that other stuff like that. So my whole thing, making sure, you're making the best decision pertaining to your child. Yes, you're concerned about your child not getting herpes, but you also need to make sure your child doesn't have to walk into a world full of chaos. They don't have to do that. That's a decision you can make now. Herpes, you can keep them from herpes. But chaos, you can't keep them from if you're married to somebody, or you're having sex with somebody, or quote unquote with your boyfriend or fiance who is not the best person for you. It's devastating, guys. It's absolutely devastating. I know many people who are in some bad situations, and I feel so bad for them, because it ain't much you can do hoping that other person get better. And sadly to say, that is not guaranteed. So making sure you making the best decision for yourself. So I challenge you guys, before you have kids, make sure that person is the best person for you, that they're good to you, that they respect you, that they respect how you feel about things, respect how you want to raise your child, and y'all make sure y'all on one accord. You're not going to agree on everything, but y'all need to come to agreement on something. All right, let you know you can have children. Nothing's going to keep you from having babies. And I hope this helped in so many ways. Y'all know where to find me. I'm at overcomingrthestigma@gmail.com if you have simple questions. If you want to do a personalized session with me, between 20 minutes to an hour that you have with me, you can do that as bit/I-have-it. All that information will be below. Remember, guys, we'll be having a monthly support group on January 19th at 8 p.m. on Zoom. I have that information below so you can sign up. I want you guys to get on, because I'm going to have a guy named Rich, which is Richard. He's going to be on, and he's going to talk about the biology of herpes, how herpes work. He also did the vaccine for herpes when it was off the market. Nobody knew nothing about it. He will give his testimony, guys, and it's amazing. He will give his testimony on there, and he will share with you why it's no cure for herpes. Oh my God, it's crazy, but he's going to share with you how it could be a cure for herpes and what we need to do as a community to push it. Okay, so make sure you get on there, men, women, it doesn't matter. Get on that support group call on January 19th at 8 p.m. That is a Saturday. I moved it to a weekend, so it made it easier for you guys to get on. And I will record it, so you guys, if you miss it, it's okay. You can catch it in my email. Make sure you sign up for the email listing for that as well. Also, another exciting thing, I am starting the Overcoming Gathering Tour 2019. The first one is at the end of this month. I know y'all was like, Belize, why you didn't tell me a long time ago? Guys, I just like, you know what? I'm going to do it in Atlanta because I wasn't going to do anything in Atlanta, but I love y'all in Atlanta. I'm meeting a lot of ladies in Atlanta who's reaching out to me. So I will be having the first Overcoming Gathering Tour here in Atlanta, January 26th. January 25th and January 26th. On the 26th, you will have the opportunity to do online, like in-person sessions with me. In-person sessions, guys. In-person sessions. So I will open that day where I will meet with people at the office and do overcoming session with you. So they'll give you an option to do that if you cannot make it to the event. It is just, the Saturday event is just for women. But if you want to meet with in person, I will do individual, and I will do couples if you need couples as well. So make sure, I'm going to give all the information for that. Not today, but I will be giving that information just to get y'all excited. And then on Saturday, me and the ladies going to do something fun. I'll let you know. It's going to be limited. I love y'all, but what I want to do is going to be really, really intimate. It's going to be really, really fun. And I just want you guys to, I want it to be a small group so we can get to know each other. So I'll let you know, only 20 women going to be able to go. I love y'all. Only 20 ladies going to be able to go. But at the end of the day, it's going to be fun because we're going to do V-steams. Yay! We're going to vagina steam. Things like that at this great spot here in Atlanta called Sweet Spots. So my whole thing is, guys, get excited. Keep watching because I'll be posting information. I'll be doing a video on it soon as I get everything. Like, I only got 2 more things to get, like, sealed and deal, and then I'll put all the information out for that so you guys can go ahead and sign up and be a part of that. Like I said, you can do a in-person session with me if you're in Atlanta, or you can simply, if you're a lady and you want to join us doing our V-steams in a private location, that's going to be really, really fun. It's only going to be 20 people who will be able to go, but I would really love to see you guys there. Okay, so look out for that information. If you are not a part of my email list, get a part of my email list because they get the first types of information majority of the time. Well, that's how it's going to be this year. Y'all, they're going to get information first pertaining to it. They already got the information pertaining to the other ones, but I kind of just like sporadically decided I wanted to do it here in Atlanta today. So there you go. So with that being said, guys, make sure you stay tuned, and I love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.